crop combination region and agricultural development. Cropping system is defined as the kind and sequence of crops grown on a given area of land over a period of time. It may be a regular rotation of different crops in which the crops follow definite appearance of the land, or it may consist of only crop grown year after year on the same order of area. Other cropping systems may include different crops but lack definite or planned order, in which crops follow one another or growing of two or several crops mixed together. However, cropping system in a broad sense also refers to the principles and practices of cropping and interaction with principles and practices of cropping and interaction with farm resources, environment, regional or national needs and production strategies. The topic is discussed under the following heads: cropping systems, multiplicity of cropping, crop combination regions, biological efficiency, Indian agriculture since 1947. Cropping systems. The term cropping system refers to the crops and crop sequences and the management techniques used on a particular field over a period of time. Cropping systems of a region are decided by and large by a number of soil and climatic parameters which determine overall agroecological setting for nourishment and appropriateness of a crop or set of crops for cultivation. Nevertheless, at farmers' level, potential productivity and monetary benefits act as guiding principles while opting for a particular crop or cropping system. These decisions with respect to choice of crops and cropping systems are further narrowed down under influence of several other forces related to infrastructure facilities, socio-economic factors and technological developments, all operating interactively at micro level. Infrastructure facilities: irrigation, transport, storage, trade and marketing, post-harvest handling and processing, etc. Socio-economic factors: financial resource base, land ownership, size and type of land holding, household needs of food, fodder, fuel, fiber and finance, and labor availability, etc. Technological factors: improved varieties, cultural requirements, mechanization, plant protection, access to information, etc. Crop rotations is the primary aspect of cropping systems in recent years. Number of studies are conducted on the effect of cropping systems on the soil, water, and other natural resources located in and near fields where crops are grown. Rotating crops is one of the key principles of conservation of agriculture. It has many advantages. It improves the soil structure. It increases soil fertility. It helps control weeds, pests and diseases. It produces different types of output. It reduces risk. In some ways, crop rotation takes the place of ploughing the soil and helps to aerate the soil, recycles nutrients and controls weeds, pests and diseases. Intercropping, strip cropping and relay cropping bring many of the same advantages of crop rotation. In many of the traditional agricultural systems in the tropics, intensive cropping systems have become necessary because of the limitation of arable land. With the availability of high-yielding crop varieties and improved management techniques, the emphasis has shifted from yield stability to many other factors such as yield advantage, sustenance of soil fertility, long-term economic viability, enhancing integrity, diversity, and long-term productivity, enhancing health and safety of both producers and consumers. These drawings show some conservation agriculture cropping systems in different parts of Africa. The crops growing in each month over 2 or 3 years. Note that the soil is never bare. 2-year rotation of cereals, cowpeas, and legumes in Kenya. These productivity of land is maintained or even increased through proper soil management practices. Much can be done to keep the soil in proper condition by establishment of crop rotations suited to the needs of the farm. Multiplicity of cropping. Multiple cropping, in simple terms, refers to practices that increase production in an unit area of land in a farming year by growing crops in combination and sole crops in sequence. Multiple cropping possibilities help increase production per day rather than the production of a single crop per year. Multiplicity of cropping systems has been one of main features of Indian agriculture, and it is attributed to rain-fed agriculture and prevailing socio-economic situations of farming community. It has been estimated that more than 250 double cropping systems are followed throughout the country, and based on rationale of spread of crops in each districts in the country, 30 important cropping systems have been identified. The statistics related to state-wise agro ecosystems, cropping pattern for 1998-99 and cropping pattern according to land utilization are prevalent cropping systems. Recent advances in the development of large number of varieties of pulse and oilseed crops, varying largely for maturity duration, have made it possible to include them in irrigated crop sequences. Multiplicity of cropping systems may be attributed to two major factors. Rain-fed agriculture still accounts for over 92.8 million hectare or 65% of cropped area. A large diversity of cropping systems exists under rain-fed and dryland areas with an overriding practice of intercropping due to greater risks involved in cultivating larger area under a particular crop. Due to prevailing socio-economic situations such as dependency of large population on agriculture, small landholding size, very high population pressure on land resources, etc., improving household food security has been an issue of supreme importance to many million farmers of India, who constitute 56.15 million marginal farm holdings less than 1 hectare, 17.92 million small farm holdings 1 to 2 hectare, and 13.25 million semi-medium farm holdings 2 to 4 hectare, making together 90% of 97.15 million operational holdings. An important consequence of this has been that crop production in India remained to be considered by and large a subsistence rather than commercial activity. Under influence of above factors, cropping systems remain dynamic in time and space, making it difficult to precisely determine their spread using conventional methods over a large territory. India's agricultural economy is undergoing structural changes. Between 1970 and 2011, the GDP share of agriculture has fallen from 43 to 16%. This is not because of reduced importance of agriculture or a consequence of agricultural policy. This is largely because of the rapid economic growth in services, industrial output, and non-agricultural sectors in India between 2000 to 2010. Crop combination regions. Some crops are seldom grown in absolute isolation but appear in combination. Various environmental factors tend to combine them in associations to rather in restricted areas where they receive their requisite ecological conditions. Crop combination, as it provides areal significance and strength to individual crops, to advocate suitable device for planning and on improvement in the underdeveloped regions, the crop combination is helpful in the introduction of innovation in agricultural at field. In the present study, an attempt is made by using maximum positive deviation introduced by Professor Rafiullah of Aligarh University, Aligarh. Number of statistical procedures have so far been introduced to demarcate the crop combination regions or to get elements that play a significant role in any particular system. For planning the agricultural development, it is indeed essential that the land should be divided into smaller units and which may have some coherence in terms of few important crops. To divide an area into crop combination regions, it involves a question as to what crops should be included and which crops should be dropped. For crop combination regions, there are several methods adopted by several scholars: Weaver, Thomas, Johnson, Doy, and Rafiullah. But a technique has been evolved by Rafiullah for crop combination analysis, which is simple and less time consuming and sometimes gives lesser number of crops. Cropping system approach favor wide-ranging issues related to cropping activity, available resources and micro-environmental farm level in holistic manner. Cropping systems research endeavors to answer the issues pertaining to maximizing system productivity on annual basis, utilization of resources with higher efficiency, intensive input use as well as quality of environment, and conserving farm resources and environment. According to R.L. Singh, agricultural regions of the country are justifiably crop combination regions. The leading crops are rice, wheat, millets, maize, gram, cotton, groundnut, and coconut. Thus, we have 8 regions of first order based on first ranking crops, 27 regions of second order based on first 2 ranking crops, and 48 regions of third order based on first 3 ranking crops. Rice region. It includes major part of the northeast, east Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, coastal Andhra Pradesh, coastal Tamil Nadu and western coastal plain. The micro-level variation in geographical conditions leads to 21 of third-order agricultural regions. Wheat region. This region extends over northwestern India, covering the parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, eastern Haryana, western Uttar Pradesh and western Madhya Pradesh. It is divided into 7 third-order agricultural regions. Gram region. This crop combination region lies over the borders between Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, Punjab and northern Rajasthan. It has 3 third-order regions. Millets region. This is the second largest crop combination region of the country after the rice region. Cotton region. This region incorporates eastern part of Maharashtra, Nagpur, Bandra, Wardha, Chandrapur and Gadchiroli districts, and southern Gujarat, Kheda, Panchamahal, Vadodara, Baruk, Surat and Valsad districts. It is divided into 2 third-order regions. Groundnut region. This includes Kutch and Kathiawar areas of Gujarat, where groundnut, millets and cotton forms the typical third-order crop combination. Maize region. Maize is the first ranking crop in the semi-arid tracts of eastern Rajasthan and constitutes a third-order combination with wheat and gram. Coconut region. This region occupies the south and central parts of Kerala, where coconut is the dominant crop. It has only 1 third order region consisting of coconut, rice, and spices. Shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation is carried over by the tribals in the northeastern Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram, Manipur, and Tripura, central Orissa and Madhya Pradesh, and western Ghats of India. Plantation agriculture. Plantation agriculture, growing tea, coffee, and rubber, finds place in the hilly areas of the northeast, southern Sayadris, and hills of Himachal Pradesh and Uttaranchal. It has typical identity in the agricultural landscape of the country with sole objective of commercialization and export. Biological efficiency. The biological efficiency of a crop or cropping system is measured in terms of yield per unit area over a specified period of time. The yield may be dry matter yield, biological yield in field crops, sum of yields of the main product, example straw and haulm, etc., or economic yield, yield of plant having major economic significance. It is desirable to consider the production efficiency of cropping systems by their capacity to produce dry matter per unit area per unit item, which is basically determined by genetic makeup of the croplands. HT cropping system with high potential productivity is of little significance to agriculturists or crop producers. Preference of rice wheat to maize wheat, sorghum wheat, and pearl millet wheat is a glaring example. Thus, biologically efficient cropping systems may not be necessarily eco-friendly and economic, but they certainly are more productive. In bioenergetic terms, crop production may be viewed as conversions of visible spectrum of total electromagnetic radiation into chemical energy through the photosynthetic apparatus of cellular level to ecosphere are to be considered. Thus, biological efficiencies of cropping systems are governed by and dependent on several factors, most decisive being the type of crops, crop combination and use, nutrient and water management, and agroclimate. Multiple cropping using short duration crop cultivars and better management is a common way of increasing land utilization efficiency. In the experiments carried out in different parts of the country, multiple cropping system with high land use efficiency identified were pigeon pea wheat for Chambal, rice, potato, green gram for western Uttar Pradesh, rice, wheat, cowpea for Orissa, rice, French bean, Maharashtra, pigeon pea wheat, rain-fed for Maharashtra, and rice, cabbage, potato, rice, radish, pea, French bean for northwestern mid-Himalayas. Their land use efficiency was 69.3, 79.0, 95.9, 88.0, 67.1, 31.5, and 89.5 respectively. Studies clearly indicated that LUE can be enhanced by choosing intensive cropping system, although for wide acceptability of any cropping system, LUE needs to be linked with other important parameters like productivity and profitability. In multi-locational experiments under cropping systems research, promising cropping systems with high productivity as well as intensive land use for diverse agro-locational experiments under agroclimatic situations could be Indian mustard in Kashmir Valley, rice, wheat, sorghum in Jammu region, groundnut wheat in Sri Ganganagar area of Rajasthan, cotton, Gossypium sp, wheat in western Haryana, rice, wheat in many parts of Madhya Pradesh, North Gujarat, cotton groundnut in Saurashtra region of groundnut and cotton groundnut in Vidarbha region, rice mustard and rice field bean in North Konkan and South Gujarat, cotton groundnut in South Karnataka, rice, black gram, sesame of cotton and rice groundnut in Tanjavur, rice and rice mustard in Assam, rice, wheat, jute in West Bengal, rice groundnut in coastal Andhra Pradesh and Orissa, and rice gram in eastern Madhya Pradesh. Agriculture sector in India. India has a geographical area of 328.73 million hectares, of which reported area for land use is 306.04 million hectares. The net area cultivated is about 142.60 million hectares, that is about 46.6% of the total reported area. Since nearly 50 million hectares of area is sown more than once, the cropping intensity works out to 135.1. Forests account for about 68.97 million hectares, that is 22.5% of the total reported land area. Also, nearly 13.97 million hectares are cultivable wastelands and 9.91 million hectares are fallow lands. Only about 30% of the total cropped area is irrigated and the remaining area is rain-fed. The available statistics further shows that only about 66% of the gross cropped area is under food crops and nearly 34% area under non-food crops. Cereals and pulses account for nearly 52.93% and 12.64% of the total area respectively. Fruits and vegetables occupy nearly 4.24% of area. The lasting benefits of improved seeds and improved farming technologies now largely depends on whether India develops infrastructure such as irrigation network, flood control systems, reliable electricity production capacity, all-season rural and urban highways, cold storage to prevent food spoilage, modern retail and competitive buyers to produce from the Indian farmer. This is increasingly the focus of Indian agricultural policy. India is principally an agricultural country. Agriculture, with its allied sectors, is unquestionably the largest livelihood provider in India. Most of the industries also depend upon the sector for their raw materials. Steady investments in technology development, irrigation infrastructure, emphasis on modern agricultural practices and provision of agricultural credit and subsidies are the major factors contributed to agricultural growth. Indian agriculture has undergone rapid transformation in the past 2 decades. The policy of globalization and liberalization has opened up new avenues for agricultural modernization. This has not only led to commercialization and diversification, but also triggered various technological and institutional innovations owing to investments from corporate entities. Plantation crops accounts for insignificant proportion of total area at the macro level, although these are very important crops for certain regions, namely tea in Assam and West Bengal, coffee in Kerala and Karnataka, coconut, cashew nut and rubber in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Of the total coconut area of 1.84 million hectares, Kerala accounts for 51%, followed by Tamil Nadu 17%, Karnataka 18%, Andhra Pradesh 5.4% and other 9.6%. In the case of cashew nut, there are about 601,000 hectares, of which Kerala accounts for 20%, Andhra Pradesh 15%, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu 14% each, Orissa 11%, Goa 8% and others 4%. Tea covers nearly 4.3 lakh hectares of area in the country, of which 3.33 lakh hectares are in the states of Assam and West Bengal. Coffee is predominantly grown in the 3 southern states of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Of the total coffee area of about 2.41 lakh hectares, Karnataka shares 1.28 lakh hectares, Kerala 66.5 thousand hectares, and Tamil Nadu 32.9 thousand hectares. Similarly, rubber is the crop of southern states. Of the total rubber area of 5.59 lakh hectares, Kerala shares 4.73 lakh hectares, Karnataka 19.6 thousand hectares, and Tamil Nadu 18.7 thousand hectares. Also, the contribution of plantation crops to foreign exchange earnings is very significant. While tea and coffee earn sizable foreign exchange, rubber is a valuable import substitute for rubber-based industries. 10 measures for developing the agricultural sector in India. Since the dawn of independence, several steps have been taken to develop the agricultural sector of the country. The major breakthrough has been achieved in food grains production. The various technical measures employed to develop agriculture are as under: multiple cropping, expansion of irrigation facilities, use of HYV seeds, plant protection, scientific methods of cultivation, use of mechanization, more use of chemical fertilizers, development of agricultural land, animal husbandry, land reforms. In conclusion, we can say that an appreciation of the annual, seasonal, monthly, weekly and daily distribution of rainfall and its variability in amount as well as distribution is important, not only for an overall assessment of agricultural potentials but also for effecting improvements in farming practices. Multiplicity of cropping systems has been one of main features of Indian agriculture, and it is attributed to rain-fed agriculture and prevailing socio-economic situations of farming community. In order to achieve the goal of self-sufficiency in agriculture, new agricultural strategy has been initiated. The fundamental of this strategy is the application of science and technology for increasing yield per hectare. This strategy, known as New Agricultural Strategy or Green Revolution, is based on the extension of high yielding varieties responsive to heavy doses of fertilizers and the package of improved practices in selected areas with assured rainfall or irrigation facilities. The programs included under the new strategy are the highly yielding varieties programs, multiple cropping program, integrated development of dry areas, plant protection measures, increased use of fertilizers, new irrigation concept.